Hi, everyone. It's Brian. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast this year. Mark and I were going to talk about Christmas movies and Christmas songs and all that stuff and make lists, but ran out of time. So we're going to do that possibly next year, probably next year. But we did go off on a tangent about It's a Wonderful Life. So here's a Christmas bonus of us rambling about It's a Wonderful Life. Have a great Christmas. Have a great holiday. Have a great New Year.
My car.
Or my car.
My car.
This is a very interesting situation. Man doesn't get in a situation like
this. If I'll scream.
I'll scream.
I'll tell the Lord. Well, the Lord be on my side. Yeah.
Hey, George, there's been an emergency. You need to get in the car.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I
got to go.
I got to go. Yeah.
And then the dramatic music plays, and she's just left behind.
I know, left behind,
they just
all
ditch
sad.
her.
Yeah,
they
thank
ditch
God he
her
threw
in
a robe back.
bush.
Thank God he threw a robe back to her, right?
Well, how was she supposed to get home that night? He ditched her.
He ditched her, and now this really cute girl is walking home by herself.
Right.
Yeah. So
that's kind of odd to think about.
Maybe that Albert Schweitzer guy. Did you know that Albert Schweitzer? You know who he is, right?
No.
Guy that plays Alfalfa.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that he's the one that's talking to her, and then Jimmy comes in, and he's
when he's barking at her and stuff.
Yeah, he's like, and he's like, hey, this is my dad. So I go, why don't you go annoy somebody else? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey.
Oh, that's Alfalfa.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. When you said at first, I had in my head the character that was shouting out the window, youth is wasted on the kids.
No.
I thought that's what you were talking about. I was like, I can't make that connection.
No, I was talking.
Oh yeah, no, the kid. Right, that's perfect.
Yeah, he's like, why don't you go annoy somebody else?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sorry. Hey. It's so Little Rascals. Hey.
That is wild. Like I feel like I know so much about that movie, and I did not know that.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That is.
Yeah. That one,
Tops.
Let's talk about things we like about Christmas. I've seen literally like every Christmas. For some reason, I have an obsession with Christmas Carol, and I have to see all of the Christmas carols. Like I got to see the one from 38. I got to see the one from 51. I got to see the one with the bald guy, Patrick Stewart. I got to see the new FX one that's really evil and dark. Wait,
I get all this crap for putting the negative list together, and you're obsessed with a Scrooge?
Yeah, I am. Absolutely.
I didn't realize
it's all about
you.
redemption. Yeah. And I do see, it's another one. I watch It's a Wonderful Life every year. Love that movie.
Oh, yeah. It became a family tradition in the Grody household. We'd watch it every Christmas Eve. And it was just, I remember the first time I saw that, really quick sidebar on It's a Wonderful Life. My parents had gone out for the night, and we were just at that age where we were allowed to stay home alone. It was a Saturday night. And the brothers and I, and my parents strongly suggested to us that we watch that It's a Wonderful Life. And we're like kind of like half-ass watching it because it's like black and white and it's like this sucks, and we got the house to ourselves, like we don't want to sit here. And we weren't paying much attention. Then all three of us just locked in on it and loved every like it's a long ass movie.
Yeah.
And we probably 11 or 12 years old at the time, and just locked in and loved it and haven't stopped loving it since.
Well, what I remember about it is and how it really became popular was like in '88, somewhere on there. There were cable stations that didn't have anything to play, and the rights, I guess, ran out on It's a Wonderful Life, so they could play it as much as they want to, and I guess not have to pay for it and stuff like that. So they'd play it all the time. So I just remember turn on TBS, there it would be. Then you turn on Channel 9, there it'd be. It was like anytime they needed to fill a spot, they'd put that movie in. So I never saw It's a Wonderful Life like from start to finish, because I always just saw bits. Not now, of course. I've seen it several, a bazillion times straight through. But yeah, I always started it like, right as he was, going to see what life would be without him. So I would just see all of that, and then I would
you didn't
rarely
see the
build-up. Yeah, I wouldn't see the beginning and about all
so
that
you have
stuff.
no idea what happened to George's ear. What happened?
Yeah, I
what's
didn't
the
know anything
deal?
about that. Yeah. You've been given a great gift, George. A chance to see what Dude, tell me.
You silly, stupid old fool.
You're crazy. You're screwy. I'm seeing things.
George Bailey was kind of an asshole at times.
I just love when he was frustrated. I mean,
when he was an angry, like verbally abusive husband.
Yeah. What do I
know,
look like, a dictionary? Yeah.
He left Mary on the first date. He ditches Mary, leaves her in a bush.
Then
naked.
it's Christmas Eve, and he takes off after he destroys the house.
Yeah, wait a minute here.
Why don't you just get out of here and leave your...
Do you know how close he came to working for Potter? I mean, he considered that.
I know. You're about a little scurvy spider. That's what you are.
No,
little spider.
You once called me
a whoop.
Whoop, frustrated old man.
Well, you're a whoop, frustrated young man. Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you in jail.
Yeah, who's the real villain here?
Yeah.
Was it Mr. Potter? Because Potter was who he was, and he knew he was an asshole. George Bailey, kind of a hidden asshole, you know?
You're worth more dead than alive.
Maybe he was.
Yeah.
Now that I rethink the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right.
You know? Abusive. I tell you what, man.
Not only that, but what about the time he went off on the teacher? Who goes off on the teacher like that? And that guy, Mr. Welsh had a right to beat the absolutely.
Oh, there's that. Here's the greatest sin. Hey, will you stop playing that silly, stupid song?
You play it over and over.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Yeah, that's little Janie, yeah. Oh, your father. Should I pray for him?
Yes, play real hard. You too, Tommy. You too, Tommy.
Lulu's Petals.
Zuzu.
Zuzu, that's it. That's
Lulu.
it. I knew that one. I knew that one. So really, there's some serious character flaws in Mr. Bailey. I don't know. I have I'm rethinking him in real time.
I don't know. Maybe we have to break down the entire movie now.
Yeah.
The 5 things we like and the 5 things we dislike about.
Absolutely.
It's
I mean,
a
there's
Wonderful
some
Life.
Right. There's some things are just new ways. The 2021, 2022 way of looking at It's a Wonderful Life. Rethinking It's a Wonderful Life and how great is it really?
What about the guy at the end where there's all the people that are standing there and everybody's giving money, and then the cop comes up, or he's like I don't know what he is, like a treasury officer or something, and he looks at George and he tears up the warrant, and then he goes like immediately into chorus.
Yeah,
and his nose is all sticking out. He's like, like, like what the?
Yeah, that's another.
I'm trying to wonder how they set up the scene. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to sit there and you're going to tear up the warrant, and then you're going to get real excited and open your mouth and sing this song.
Didn't the banker do something like that too? Because the banker, the bank examiner, wasn't the bank examiner like that was George's number one enemy, and he came in his bank examiner clothes and hat and did something similar to that with the tearing up of it. And,
and started singing. His best parts were, well, I'm sure you had a good year. No, I got to tell you, we're broke. He's like, well, when you're reversing calls on company time or whatever he's saying. I want to get this done quick. I want to go have Christmas with my family in Myra.
And then when what's his face? What's the drunken banker at the house? Uncle, what's his face?
Uncle Billy.
Uncle Billy. Yeah. When he loses that money, like that's the only part of the movie that really upsets me. Yeah. When Potter makes off with that money, like I'm like, and you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And here's the thing, though. I mean, realistically, and I looked this up, inflation-wise, it would be about like $130,000. That's how much. It's not $8,000. You think of $8,000 now, it's like $8,000. It was inflation-wise. If it happened now, it would be like $130,000. So that's how much
man.
they
That's
lost.
why, and I knew it. Like, I didn't know that exact breakdown right there, but I knew the breadth of what had happened there, and you foresaw what was going to happen in bankruptcy, and George just shakes him down. You silly, stupid old fool! Do you realize what you've done?
Yeah.
It was like this helpless, horrible moment for this stumbling, bumbling, alcoholic uncle. So, yeah.
It means scandal and bankruptcy.
Yes, scandal.
Scandal and bankruptcy.
Oh, my
prison.
God.
I'm not going to jail. One of us is going to jail. It ain't going to be me.
Oh, yeah, that was dark. That was a very dark part of the movie.
Yeah.
While, Brother Billy's becoming a war hero,
And then you have George sitting there in his dream, and he's like, or whatever, the glimpse that he's getting. And he's in there. He's like, Clarence, where's Mary? I'm not supposed to tell you. She's an old maid. She's cleaning up the library. And then he goes and, like, of course, the old maid means no makeup on. That means old maid. And then he's like, Mary, do you know me? I said, I don't know you. And she starts running and stuff. That's kind of freaky too.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was almost heartbreaking too. But it's like it's almost like borderline sexist what they did to her, because it's like, oh, without George Bailey, you're just a lonely, lumpy, makeupless hag of a librarian. That's all you are.
And
Your life is nothing.
It's knocking librarians, dude.
Oh, totally. Or women in general. Like, you were helpless without this man, George Bailey. Yeah. Your life is nothing. You may as well become a nun and just eat white bread. Like, that's what they made her life. We're just going to make you pathetic because George Bailey is not in your life.
So who's hotter? Is Mary hotter than Violet Bick?
That's such a great question. Such a great question. Here's what I think the answer to me is Mary. I think there's a more natural beauty about her. Yeah. And I think you probably thought I would have said the blonde, but
I think they were probably both light hair. I don't. Maybe.
Yeah, I thought of Mary as having a darker hair than wait, is it Sally? Mary? No, who's the other girl?
Mary and Violet.
But Violet. The only thing that always drove me crazy about Violet is like Violet put herself right in front of George, and she was ready to do whatever George wanted to do, and I was always like, it insulted my sensibilities as I got older that he never took her up on it. That's an easy one, George. You can do what you want there. And like there is instant chemistry, and he just never went for it.
And when he's walking around the city, and she's like, I think I have a date, and those guys in the background are like, hey, we'll wait for you, baby. What the? We'll wait for you, baby. What is that? We'll wait for you, baby. What is?
She ditches 5. Yeah, we'll wait for you, baby. We gotcha.
We'll wait for you, baby. Who are you? Like the pimps? Are they the pimps or something? We'll wait for you, baby.
Yeah, and then she goes up and she's like basically saying, George, I got these guys, but I want you. And then George gets weird because he starts talking about,
said, let's go climb a mountain.
What do you say? What do you say?
We take off our shoes and walk in the grass with our feet.
Right. She's like, what?
In the grass with my feet.
And then suddenly there's a crowd of people laughing because that's universally funny. That's what crazy was in the 1940s, I guess.
When you want to take off your shoes and socks and walk in the grass.
Yeah. Lucy made a whole episode of dipping her feet in blueberries or whatever it was. So anyway, on with my list.
I might have to pull that out as a bonus right there.
That's a bonus right there. I think that is a bonus.
That is your Christmas bonus right there.
It's a Wonderful Life breakdown. Looking at it, it's a Wonderful Life in a different way.
All right. So why don't you just